Welcome back to Kitten Up Kitten. My name is Sam and today I am doing a kitten up. So I am in the front room still. You will be seeing this video and hopefully the building work will have been completed and we will have a beautiful back end of the house, and I'm already back in the cabin. But I needed a video to put up, and I've chosen this canvas because I actually pulled this canvas out with the drills and everything a little while ago, and it was in the snug. Currently, I cannot get to any of my storage. I cannot get to any of my kits. So this is the only one I've got that I could kit up. So that's what I'm doing today. It will be shown at some point, probably in September or even October. But anyway, the kit I am kitting up today is called Each Tree Has a Soul by Ohla Darchuk. This was a gift for me from my lovely diamond painting bestie Penny at Kalbs Sparkles. She picked this up in the States when she went over to Florida and brought it home for me. And as you know, I do love me a tree. Now this canvas I think is a perfect hallway canvas, so I really want to do it. And I also love the fact that the colours kind of remind me of chakra colours. So that's where we are. So this is a 71 by 46 centimetre square drill canvas. It has 46 colours and 3 ABs. And because I've got the canvas to hand, I can do this, which I don't normally do because normally I keep them separate. Absolutely beautiful. I love the trees. I love the colours in the trees. We have 3 ABs. This is an older kit, so I don't know about gapping, etc. But isn't it beautiful? I absolutely love it, and I love the fact you've got the reflection in the water at the bottom here. So I'm going to roll that back up because I don't need that quite yet, and because I don't have the box either, I don't know where it is, which is very, very bad form, isn't it? Very, very bad form. I shall be getting myself into some serious trouble. I am just going to use a couple of large paper clips to secure it. And the thing is, when we got ready for the building work, I pulled out, I had 3 canvases pulled out ready. It's gone on a lot longer than it should, so of course I need to add to it now. So this will probably not be one of the additional kits because I have got some kitted up already. However, I thought as a treat I can kit it up. So here's what I'm going to use. Why don't you grab yourself a cup of coffee, get yourself comfy and join me while I kit up Each Tree Has a Soul by Ohla Darchuk. Okay, so first of all, if you can hear any banging, etc., it is the builders. I can't do a lot about that. I'm going to pop my tracker down here for the time being. I've got all of my drills, I've got my stickers, and I'm going to kit this up in a 70 bottle case. I got this case off Penny at Kalbs Sparkles because she was destashing. Literally just had a canvas in it. So I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to show you step by step. I'm kind of a bit cat-handed today. So when I kit up into bottle storage, I always kit up in DMC order. All of the labels from Diamond Art Club are individually cut. You can hear the dog groaning because she's scratching. They're kind of, they're stuck in this room with me, so I apologise. So they are individually cut stickers. This is, it just feels wrong. I don't know what, I think it's because they're lifting up. So I kit up in DMC order. So what I do is I put all of my labels onto my bottles before I start. And then I find them in the string because, of course, all right, girls, that's enough. Enough. Both of you, stop. I can't even kick them out because there's nowhere to kick them out to. Anyway, what was I saying? Can't remember. Literally can't remember. Yes, DMC, their strings of drills are not in DMC order, they're actually in weight order. So it does mean that I usually just pick up and I pull out the pot that I need. There should be, I would imagine, although it's not a massive kit, there should be some extra pots. So by putting it into a 70 bottle case, I have enough room, but it does mean I may need to move pots about when I finish, because that's just the way I do things. I hope that you're all okay. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. It's an absolute pleasure to have you along. Why don't you consider subscribing so that you can see other content from me as it becomes available, and it would really help me out. If you are coming back, you know this is my favourite thing to do. I was absolutely ecstatic when Penny got this for me because I had got this saved in my wish list at the time. You know, it is one of the older kits, but I'd put it in my wish list and it was one of those ones that I really like it. But there's so many others that I really need that this kind of ended up being putting on a back foot. So when she turned up with this, I was really pleased, incredibly grateful, because who doesn't like having a painting bought for them? I certainly do. Doesn't happen. You know, doesn't happen. You know, Ashley's bought me a handful, but yeah, for a friend to do so absolutely hasn't happened. Okay, so that's all of my labels. Now I do have a whole bunch of spare labels. I don't tend to label up my spares bottles. I've just got this set thing now, but I do need to have a look and see what we've got extras of. So we have definitely got extras of 762. Is that it? Is it just, oh, well, that'll be nice and easy, won't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these bottles out first. And what we are going to do is we are going to kit up the 762 first, because that is the only colour I've got multiple of. And it does mean that I can then move them along ready, if that makes sense. So, pair of scissors. Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to fill, it's still got a drill in it. I used this case to re-kit up Reading Tree. So with a bit of luck, they will all go in beautifully. Right, so if that goes there, I know that all of these are 762. I mean, they're going in well, so that's good. I do have a bin underneath my desk, which is why I haven't pulled out a little bin. It was sort of, look, it's one of those things. It is a Monday, okay? and I'm not at work obviously because I don't work Mondays, and the builders are here obviously. So I sat here and I was working on the secret project, and this was under my desk because I pulled it out of the old snug because they are planning on, oh, we're going to need a few for this. They are planning on doing, do you know what? I might label these, you know. Right, if I label just the one, because the dog wants to go out. So these are 762 because it's going to bother me. I don't normally label up, I normally put them next to the pot. However, I can move these like that, and then I'll just label the first one, and then they can go in there like that. Do you see what I mean? Excellent. That makes me happier. I think the dog wants to go out as well, so I'm probably going to have to go and see if I can let them outside. I have to say I'm very happy there is no static yet. That could change, but there are quite a few bottles of this 762. And it was sort of like, because it was under my desk, I was worried that the labels were starting to lift, and it was like, because I took it out the box, I thought if I don't kit it up, it's going to get damaged. So, you know, it's a necessary kitting up. It's not kitting up because I need one kitted up. It's not kitting up because I want to start it straight away. It is purely that I don't want it to get damaged when they're doing the work in there. So if I bring it in here and I kit it up, it's out of the way. Now what I don't have is I don't have a big sticker to put on the front of this case, and I don't know where my little envelopes are anyway. So luckily for me, I'm going to know which one it is. I think this is the last colour because it's in the butterfly case, so that should make it easier. Oh, come on, you got to fit in there. Right, let me see if I can squeeze a few in one of these, or that one definitely. Look at that. Oh, look. Right, most definitely this one. It's the least full out of all of them. There we go. That's all of those away. So that's the biggest colour put away. Now you will notice that these labels are starting to curl a little bit. It does happen sometimes. I find that if I leave the labels in the case, in the pack long enough, that I won't need to do that. Now, of course, I am working on the premise that all of these bags will fit into one bottle. And that is not the case always. So again, I may have to move stuff around. Do I actually even know what I'm talking about? Probably not. Now this one isn't a very full bag. So that one will be okay. If I have to move them about, I'll move them about. It's not a biggie. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. Oh, the dog's still sitting near the door. Right, let me go and see if I can get her out for a wee. So I literally went through the whole hassle of getting the dog out the back through the builders, and she just wanted fuss. She didn't need a wee at all. So, no, we're not falling for that one now. Okay, so we are going to need another bottle for $5.50. Okay, so the best way for me to do it is to take out the 762, and we're going to move up one until we get to the $5.50. the best way to do this would actually be, I've done that wrong, haven't I? Idiot. That's what I am. I'm an idiot. 40. Right, so it'll be 40. Like that. 39, 37, 38, 36, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 890, 815, 840. I do apologise. Obviously didn't think this through properly, but do I ever? And actually, I quite enjoy this. In fact, I do enjoy it. I enjoy it too much. Okay, we're now going to get to that point. So that's where the 550 is going to be. So let's get a spare pot. So what I would normally do is I would fill the first pot up with the colour and I put the extras next to it with no label on. I know that any pot this side of a number that doesn't have a label on is that colour. Absolutely, every single time, because I always do it the same way. So again, we've got 312. We are probably going to need an extra bag. I don't think there's too many of these, and then I can just move them along. And you know what? Kitting up is such a personal thing. Right, number one, is this 3? It is 312. That is nothing like the colour on the label. Can I just point that out? How is that colour that colour? Nowhere near. So 7. So move them along a bit. 11, 10, 9, 8, and then the extras can go in here. Now, wonderfully, there is no static at all, which is good, because that always makes it go a little bit better. And then it's going to be these ones. I might have a few, you know, but let's play it by ear. I will just move these damn pots around until it all fits in. It's as simple as that. So 741. Make sure we don't lose any. So 741 also needs a pot. No storm, because I arranged for you to go out and you would just be nosy. So we're not doing that. Okay, so I'm going to put 21 and 22 just in there, just while I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, 906 is this one. And it will just be a case that I'll end up with these pots out with the colours next to them. It's just the way it works. The main thing is, and the beauty of bottle storage, I absolutely completely missed the pot with all 4 of those. The beauty of bottle storage is you can move stuff around to fit. So let's leave those there. 996. And once we get to a point where the bags are going into one pot, that's when we know we don't need the extras. So it looks like, actually, that having picking the 70 bottle case was a good move. Right, that one goes on there. That one goes on there. So we're going to put them to one side. And then it's a case of just putting them back in when we're done. Easy peasy peasy. Right, 322. 322. Let's have a look. And that's all I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting to see. Now, I could have put this into, look, that's nearly there. That was very nearly there. I could have put this into Elizabeth Ward, but like literally Ashley went in at the weekend because we knew they were going to start doing the roof, and then the walls will be coming down. Ashley went in at the weekend and sorted all the boxes out, but by sorting them out, he piled them up absolutely beautiful. He did a really good job. The downside being that I can't get into anything. So I have no other cases that I could get to. I have no other canvas that I can get to. I am at this point stuck with what we've got. That is it. So this is why you're getting this kitted up, for no other reason. Now I do have brand new kits that I can get to, but I can't get to the storage. You see my dilemma. Right. Is this bag going to be the one that's going to fit them all in? So very nearly, but not quite. Not quite. This week I have got not too bad a week. I do have work tomorrow. However, I'm only doing 2 out of the 3 jobs because I've got to take a friend to hospital for an appointment. So I'm finishing early-ish to do that. I'm going to go for a walk. Oh, come on. Yes. Look, I know I spilled a bunch, but honestly, that's in. That is in. So this is the point where I can go, okay, they fit. So we can now, what I can now do, 15, 16, and then we've got, oh, we want 8, 9. Where's 9? There. 8. Oh, that gives me an odd number. Right, so 9. Just bear with me, because I can get these in and sorted. So that's number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then we've got 21, 22, 23, 24. I know it's not very exciting. 25, 26, 27, but I love a kitting up. Right, 28, 29, we've then got 30, and then we've got 31, and then 32, 33, but they'll all fit in now, you see, for 35, 36, 37, 38, got something stuck to my elbow, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45 and 46, and then the 762 can go in there, and the rest should fit. She says, famous last words. So yes, it looks like some work is being done now. I seem to have a young lad in the garden, so I'm guessing he's the son of one of the builders and he is helping out. I mean, there's nothing like, you know, cheap labour, is there? I mean, I'm not saying he's not getting paid at all, but I doubt he's getting paid a full wage. But, you know, learn a trade and all that. I would probably do the same. In actual fact, I have taken Cat with me cleaning before. 333, a number that I will remember forevermore, because I remember Penny running out of this number. She was very disgruntled and we looked everywhere to get some. I can't even remember what project it was for now. So we're coming across a tiny little bit of static. I'm not going to worry about it too much, but we'll see. If it continues, then I will pull out the dryer sheet. I mean dryer sheet. I've only got one. Like, I'm nearly out, but I know Penny's got some, so I'm going to nick some off her when I see her. I haven't even got the printers going because I didn't know how far they were going to get today with the building work. So I didn't want to set them off if there was a chance that I'm going to start from the other end just because it's going to be easier for me to cut my bags off. But they're going in nice and easily now, so that's something. I mean, a little bit of static, look, you can see it. They're clinging to the sides. 775. And I am just wondering if it's because of the way that I'm cutting the bags. But we'll see how we go. You know, it's not horrendous at the minute. And there isn't going to be, I'm not going to be working on this particular kit for a while, so it won't matter. Weather is very changeable at the minute. After our little heat wave that we had such good weather for such a good amount of time, and now I'm slightly concerned that we're going to have lots of wet weather, which will hold up the building. But I'm trying my best. I'm just going to have a bit of a coffee. I'm trying my best to just cope with it, because at the end of the day, it's got to be done now. We're too far in to not have it done. So I've just got to get over it and just crack on. So you will notice that I am copying Penny at Kalbs Sparkles in the way I am cutting my bags, because she is right, you only then have to cut once. So I'm cutting across the corner and then across the top, which means that I just have one cut to make. Sometimes I remember to do it this way and sometimes I don't. It just depends what mindset I am in. 3, 3, 4 is F. So yes, just cut in across the corner and then across the top. And that then gives me a corner cut off to pull them in with. Chuck it in the bin. Nice and easy. Nice and easy and quick. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I don't mind kitting up, so it doesn't really bother me how long it takes. But for you guys, you might be there, thank God for that. I literally snapped up this 70 bottle case. I also got a 120 bottle case as well, because Penny was de-stashing some. I'm here for it. 3607 is that one. But she's right, by cutting across the corner, across the top. I think actually Penny just cut straight across the top, but I like having my little spout. So that's a pretty colour, isn't it? 310. Didn't get my bottle ready. Rookie move. If you take your bottle off and take your lid off first, it's a quicker, smoother motion. And I know there's some of you that don't like it up as much. So anything that speeds it up. 666, number of the beast. I don't know why I do that voice when I do 666. It's just, it's just what comes to mind. Former punk and all that sort of thing. Not that I was actually into death metal or anything. 327, beautiful. But I love this purple colour, and I forgot to cut the colour off. There we go. Like I said, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I am currently, just to give you an idea of time scale, I am currently working on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm almost halfway done already. Started it last week. Crazy. This whole working on one kit is so much quicker. However, I'm kind of cheating a bit. I've always done at least 2 kits. It always used to be 1 round drill, 1 square drill, and I would work on both kits to give me some variety, and 2, to give you some variety. And I decided to stop and just do 1 canvas at a time because I knew it would speed up. So these are the wrong, I've got to move it this way round because the number is on the wrong, I've got the seam on the wrong side. So let's put that one back for now. 165. Yeah, so I cut down to 1, and then the Star Wars ones came out, and of course I am actually working secretly on one of those canvases. And what's annoyed me even more is I saw Diamonds and Washi this morning have put up a 3078. I'd put up a sneak peek of another Star Wars one. I am not buying any more canvases. I have bought so many canvases in the last 6 weeks, more than I've ever bought. Right, doorbell. Someone is at the front. Every delivery for my daughter. I've just realised that I'm sitting here with my Crocs on as well, which I don't do. Right, what was I talking about? No, Storm. No. Can't remember. Oh yeah, Star Wars kit. I'm not buying any more. I've got the 2 that I know that he liked. I'm just not going to show him the others because there's only so much Star Wars that I can deal with. And I like the panel ones. The others are just like normal pictures. Although it's nice, don't get me wrong. But not nice enough for me to want to do any more. So once this video is done, I will get this uploaded. I will go back because I can probably do a little bit more of the Star Wars one before he comes home from work. 445. I will say with the labels, I cut that twice, didn't I? With the labels, newer kits, they don't tend to stick up so much, but they are still repositionable. Doesn't bother me to, as long as the label stays on there long enough for me to do the painting. That's the main thing. Okay, so here is the second of 3 ABs. Beautiful pink, look at that. $815. Where are you? 815. There we go. So I was just sitting here and diamond painting. That was my plan for all day. I have got dinner to cook later, but nothing too major going on. I can definitely hear movement from upstairs, so Kat will be down shortly, I guess, for her parcel. $9.39 is that one. So I have no idea. Oh, I've done it again. I have no idea when I'll get around to doing this canvas, but it will go into my kitted up section. Hopefully, I doubt very much I'll pull it out to put it in the vote, but I've already done one where I've started the kit and the kitting up hasn't gone up yet. But that was the Star Wars one, and nobody's going to see that anyway because I'm not going to be working on it on camera. I have just been doing little shorts, you know, little short videos, sneak peeking it, I guess, is the right term. 783, pot ready first, across and up. I mean, how quick is it once you get into the rhythm? It just, it flies by. And now you see why I wasn't worried about using a, oh my God, that is proper static. Look at this. Okay, so let's do this. This is a tip that I got from watching Penny at Kalbs Sparkles. She got it from Diamonds and Washi. So basically just pop your drills. I've used a part dryer sheet because I literally don't have any. This is all I'd got, and you pop your drills on there and you just give them a bit of a fold down, lift it up, pour them in, just like that. It is that quick. Isn't that just the best tip? I think that is the best tip I have ever seen. 740. It's probably the quickest and easiest anti-static method that I've ever seen. Again, another bizarre feeling of deja vu. I don't know, this happens to me a lot. Like, how can deja vu be that you sit here doing something like this and you think, I've done this before? I mean, it's not a normal thing, is it? Kitting up diamond paintings. I mean, it's normal for me, but for most people. But yeah, really strong feeling of deja vu. I mean, there is work going on because I can hear it, but the builder did ask if he could use my microwave, so. Right, 995. Nearly there, guys. Nearly there. Right, so these are climbing, so I'm not going to faff about. I am literally going to pour these straight onto this dryer sheet. Yeah, you can see they're sticking inside the bag. So straight in the dryer sheet. And just give them a quick. I mean, it works better if you don't spill them all over the shop. And that's it. Static is gone. Oh, look at that. No static. Brilliant. So thank you, first of all, to Penny at Kalbs Sparkles, because obviously I watch her, so I'm going to see these things, but also to Katie at Diamonds and Washi. I mean, when it's a little bit, I don't actually mind that much because, like, you know, you can just tap them out, but It is frustrating. Right, 3755 is this one. So can I just ask while you're watching this video, if you love your kitten ups, if you love watching kitten downs, if you love watching somebody else diamond paint, or you just want somebody to diamond paint with, can I please ask that you take the time to like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, tell me what you like, what you don't like. I'm easy, it's all good, it's all helpful feedback. Do that and maybe you'll get your name mentioned in my next WOW video. WOW stands for Whip on Wednesday, because you know everybody needs their own cool phrases, right? And I'm all about that. Yeah, do all the things. It will really help my channel out, and you know, my only dream now is to keep growing. That's all I need now, just to keep growing and to get to a point that one day I can semi-retire and diamond paint for a living. That is my dream. Not unachievable, is it? And just in case, I've got a little bit of static in this one, so we're going to do this one as well. I'm going to pop them all onto there. So if you needed a reason to keep getting dryer sheets, this is and how much easier is this than having to cut up and put tiny little bits. Look at that, straight in, no tray required, no faffing, no fussing, all done. So there we go, one kitted up. Every tree has a soul. I don't even have a piece of anything. I don't have sticker paper or anything because it's all in the snug, so I can't even put a note on the front. However, you know, it's the butterfly one. I can just check back. So that is Every Tree Has a Soul, kitted up and ready to go. I am going to do that case up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it underneath my desk, which is where it was being held anyway. And then I'm going to pull out my diamond painting tracker. This is where I keep all of my things. So that's kitted up. So where's the tree? There we go. This is on my old tracker sheets, not my new ones. And then I'm just going to update it with the date. So I kitted it up, and it is the 28th of the 7th, 2025. And I know this because it is my eldest child's birthday. He's 37 today. That's not going to go back in there. It is now going to move to my kitted up section. So just in case you're interested, I have all of my canvases in my stash. Then I have all of my kitted up kits, which as you can see, there isn't many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These little blue tags are what I put on here when I put them in for the vote. So I do need to do a new vote, but not just yet. So let's get rid of those. And then once they go into my whip section, they go in here, just so that I know what I'm working on. And then I also have a spot for conversion, and then I've got my spare sheets at the back there. When a canvas is completed, it goes into my diamond artwork book, which does not have sections. However, it does have every single kit pretty much since I started. There's 1 or 2 that aren't in there, but they're basic ones. They're all in there. And you can leave that on your coffee table. Do you know what I mean? I love this little setup. So that is that from me. Thank you for joining me today for this kitting up. I will be back soon with another video. It is, as always, over and out from this Kitting Up Kitten.